Hello ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders. Today is Sunday, 31st of May, 12:36 am. Welcome to our BBMA weekly analysis for the trading week of 1st to the 5th of June 2020. Let's get started. We first review our BBMA setup SOP. We use 4 time frame, weekly, daily, H4 and H1. We look for our direction in weekly, our trade setup in daily, and we use H4 for entry and H1 for our confirmation. Okay, let's get started by review the last week trades. For last week, it has been a losing week for us. Our equity growth was minus 2.2%, which is about 364 pips. There was a lot of trade last week. However, we have stopped out many of the trade, especially the one with relate to USD, because USD moved out and reversed in the middle of the week significantly. We have still many trade running. GA, CAD Yen. Okay, that's two. There's only have two trade running from last week. So you have GA and CAD Yen. The rest are closed. Some with take profit and some with stop loss. Okay, let's look at this week's setup. For this week, let's start by looking at DXY. For DXY, on a weekly time frame, we can see it have crossed the mid BB, and also it's at the EMA 50. However, if we look at the SNR level, it's actually break this significant support and resistance level. So we expect the downtrend will be continue. If we look at daily time frame, we can see a CSM, H4 is a re-entry sell, and in H1 there was no momentum, so this is a MHV sell. So we expect DXY to continue to be weakened this week. Okay, let's look at the first pair that we're gonna analyze this week, GBP and ZD. For GBP and ZD in weekly, we can see that the price is at the buy zone for our SOP, and actually it rejects this significant support and resistance level at weekly. However, we have to be cautious because it breaks the EMA 50. So we look at daily. In daily, we can see it's making an MHV buy over here, MHV buy, and it's actually a bullish engulfing. Okay, and H4, currently we can see that the price is have crossed the mid BB. However, it retest the EMA 50 over here. So we have to be careful, and we have to see is there's a CSM by H1, which is we see here. Okay, so currently the H1 have not closed below EMA 50, so this is still a valid buy. So for GBP and ZD, we can enter our buy at the H4 buy zone, which is here. So this will be our stop loss level below this week. Okay, so that is GBP and ZD is a buy setup. Okay, next pair, let's look at AUDNZD. So we have two NZD pair. AUDNZD currently at the sell zone on weekly. As you can see here, it also show us that it reject this significant support and resistance level at weekly, which is a very good confluence for us. So what we're going to do, we look at lower time frame. On D1, we can see that price have make a CSAK before, now making a re-entry sell. On H4, we want to see if there's a CSM. Yes, there's a CSM sell. However, currently it's making a CSM buy. So this is a conflicting signal. So we want to see on H1 making a CSM sell. So currently it's a CSM buy, so we want to see H1 close below the low BB and also below the MA50. What we're gonna do is let's set our alert. Okay, so we're gonna take a bit of time, but we use our custom indicator to set alert for CSM sell at H1, and also need to check if it closed below the MA50. So that's our action for AUDNZD. Okay. Next pair, we want to look at USDCHF, USD Swiss franc. For USD Swiss franc, we can see currently is at the buy zone of the BBMA setup. However, we have to be careful because price have just crossed this significant support and resistance level. Okay, so we need to look further in lower time frame. On D1 we can see it's a CSM sell, and H4 is a MHV sell after re-entry sell, which is a good sign for us. I mean the price will potentially making a we're potentially making a reversal because it doesn't make a CSM after the re-entry. So so we look at the H1. As you can see, H1 just make a CSM sell and there's no CSM buy yet. So if we want to buy, we need to wait for CSM buy. So we're gonna put our alert. So if this alert doesn't trigger for this week, that means our analysis is wrong and we're not gonna enter this trade. Okay, that's it for USDCHF. Next pair will be EURGBP. For EURGBP, as we can see, EURGBP currently at our sell zone in weekly time frame. However, it break this significant support and resistance level. And on daily, let me get rid of this. There's too many things here. Okay, so on daily, it's making a MHV sell. Okay, there's a pin bar here on Friday, making a MHV sell. And on H4, currently it's making a re-entry buy. And on H1, it's a CSAK sell. So again, for EURGBP, we need to set alert for CSM sell at H1 so we can proceed with our sell. Okay, and make sure that the price close below EMA50 as well. Okay, that's our analysis for EURGBP. Next pair is, as usual, we look at gold. Okay, for gold, on the weekly time frame, we can see that it rejecting this significant support and resistance level, and it's at the re-entry sell using our setup SOP. However, before we can sell, we need to confirm if the trend is going to reverse. So what we're going to do is we want to see that on a daily time frame, do we see MHV? So daily is MHV, which is good. It goes up, but it didn't reach the top BB and it reversed. Okay, maybe I make it a little bit clear. Sorry. So this is a MHV sell, and on H4, okay, I'm not sure why it keep become very small. H4 this is a bearish engulfing. This is MHV plus bearish engulfing. This candle is, if we draw a line something like this, right, it fully engulfed the bullish candle. You see, it fully engulfed this bullish candle, so that's why it's called bearish engulfing. And we want to see H1 have to close, making a CSM sell before we can confirm our sell setup. But at the time being, we have not make a CSM sell, instead only make a MHV sell. So for this goal, we also need to set alert for our CSM sell. CSM sell at H1. We need to check the EMA 50 as well. Okay, so that's our 5 pair for this week. Recap again before we finish up. DXY, we expect it continue to be weak. So GBP NZD we're gonna buy, AUD NZD we're gonna sell, but we need to wait for confirmation. USDCHF we want to buy, but we need to wait for confirmation as well, because USD is seems to be still weak. And then EURGBP we're gonna sell, but we need to confirm as well. And AUD USD also we want to sell, however we want to wait for the confirmation as well. So we have only one instant entry this week, which is the GBP NZD, and we have 2 already running trade from last week. So that's it for this week. So I wish you all the best for your trading, and stay safe till we meet again next week. Bye bye.